Hi, Jennifer with Mindful Movement, Mindful Living, and I am here today with a simple and effective tip to open up through the heart center. So this area here, the chest and shoulders, is something that it tends to feel really good when we start to open it up, because in everyday life it tends to be a little more closed off. We have a tendency to want to slouch. We are at desks a lot, kind of forward typing, driving, all those sorts of things that tend to kind of close this area down. So it is certainly can feel really good and be really great to start to open this up. It can be really balancing. However, because this area does tend to be tight and used to maybe being a little closed off, when we do try to start to open up through that area, sometimes things start to go a little awry, or maybe we're moving from different parts of the body than we think we are, because it is challenging to open up through here. It is certainly a noble endeavor, and I definitely recommend opening through this area, but I just want to give a simple tip today to make that stretch and that opening a little more effective. And it's very simple and easy, but it can be a little bit of a game changer actually in your stretching or your yoga practice or those sorts of things. So I'm going to start with a low runner's lunge. It's a common stretch. It's also a common yoga pose if you're used to doing your stretching in a yoga setting. So I'm going to start from the side here. A low runner's lunge or crescent lunge, we would say in yoga. We're just going to take one leg, step it forward. And from here, just starting to get an opening in the hips. A very common thing here is to just add in a heart opener while we're here. Really efficient, right? We're already here. Let's do an extra thing. So from here, a lot of times we'll just start to open up through the chest this way, and then just really kind of go for it and just really feel like we're just opening through the heart center. It's the opposite of slouching, just getting that nice heart opener. But if you are looking at where I'm moving from, sure, I am getting some opening in here, but there's some other stuff going on that you might be able to see here, which is right here. There's a lot of movement happening here. So my rib cage is out in front of my pelvis like this. I'm shearing my vertebrae in here. I'm putting like a little tension spot basically in my back to really feel like I'm opening. Instead of really just opening from the heart center, from the shoulders and the chest. So I'm just gonna back it up. So when we're in that rib thrust position that I was just in, and the sort of telltale signs of that is that the bottom front ribs are sort of poking out. They're out in front of the pelvis. Also the sternum will look really lifted like this. So you can see, you can see my rib cage, instead of being in this neutral position here, I'm just sort of popping it forward like this. So it's not the best thing for my spine and back. It also makes it so my low abdominals can't support me as much. So that is a little bit of a negative side effect, I'd say. So what we want to do is still, I'm not saying don't get the heart opener, because we want to get that, but let's get it in a way that's a little more effective, where we're not kind of paying a tax on other parts of our body to feel like we're opening through the heart center. So same exact stretch. From here, same exact position. I'm just starting neutral, so my rib cage is stacked over my pelvis, if you can see. My sternum is not lifted up, so I'm just in this nice neutral. And then I'm just gonna try moving and stretching, opening at my shoulder and chest at the heart center. So from here, I'm gonna open the arms out and see if you can see, I'm moving my arm, I'm moving at my shoulder, but I am not moving at my back or my spine, which would look like this, right? So once I go to that point where I can't open up my arms anymore, that's the end of my heart opener basically, right? From there, if I'm making a bigger movement, it's not happening because I'm getting more stretch up here, because I'm not moving up here anymore. I'm moving down here at my spine, at my ribs. So just backing that up and just opening this way just gives a really nice heart opener, really nice, chest shoulder opener without losing that alignment in other places. So everything is aligned. My spine is aligned, my rib cage is aligned, and I'm getting that nice And that's true if you if I had my arms straight, same thing if I brought them out. I want to go where I don't have to do that, right? I want to go where I can stay just in that nice neutral ribs over the pelvis position. And that's it. So it can be daunting. Opening up and stretching areas of our body that are tight or that don't get to move a lot in everyday life can be really daunting. It's, this area where, again, we're driving, we're typing, we're, sitting at desk writing. It can be daunting, but it's definitely worth doing it. But we just want to be really mindful about doing it because sometimes things might be, other parts of the body might be moving instead of the part we're trying to move. So this is just a nice way. So sometimes just dialing it back a little bit actually can give you a better benefit. And this is an example of that. So it's a really simple, it's very effective, and it's just a tiny tweak in your alignment, but it can really make a big difference in your results. So I hope you found that helpful and give it a try. Thanks so much.